Okay, let's begin from the beginning of Kelayim, the first Mishnah, first parak. So like we mentioned yesterday that the prohibition of kilayim is only things that are considered two species. So the first bunch of Mishnayos here are going to go through different similar plants and say that we're going to list pairs of plants really that are considered the same species. The problem with this Mishnah is translating most of these plants into English doesn't help a lot of people. So I brought along a picture book for when we get stuck. But let's begin. So hachitin, wheat, vaha zunim. So zunin, says in the Yerushalmi that Rick is looking at, that by the time of the Mabul, when people weren't doing what was right, some of the wheat became corrupted and became. It doesn't taste good, but it still looks similar to wheat. But even though it's technically a separate min, since the understanding is that it's a corrupted form of wheat, therefore it's not considered kilayim with wheat. According to this picture book over here, zun is darnel, which is it's a weed really. So really, most weeds aren't going to make it into this mesechta because the non-edible plants, the useless plants, aren't going to have a problem of kilayim. This one apparently is used for bird food. Therefore, meaning you can't plant it, say, with barley because it's not considered the same min as barley. But since it's considered a corrupted form of wheat, you could plant it together with wheat, and therefore Mishnah says einan kilayim zeh bezeh, they're not kilayim one with the other. And then the Mishnah goes the remaining 4 of the 5 species of grain. Right, the 5 species of grain are generally translated as wheat, barley, spelt, oats, and rye. So hasairim v'shibal shual, the barley and the oats, and hakusmin v'hashifon, and spelt and rye, those 2 pairs are not considered kilayim with each other. And then hapul v'hatzir.
You can mix up a field with all those and no problem.
With a pair of those, not all of those. I mean, you could mix barley and oats, or spelt and rye, but you can't mix all 4. You can't mix barley and rye.
Oh.
Even though, right, these are just pairs. Right?
Oh, I get you. Okay.
Hapul is v'hasir sapir, are 2 different types of beans, and v'haporkdin v'hataifach are possibly I think he translates them as second.
Ours was called the fava bean.
Right, so he translates them as the porkton as a red grass pea, which is this plant over here, and then he translates the tofach as a regular grass pea, which is a very similar plant, hence the one's called the red grass pea and the other one's called the grass pea. Upula lovon and the white bean. Sha'uim, which is some other bean. What did he translate that as? He translates that as the Nile cowpea. Einam kilayim zeh bezeh, so these pairs are not kilayim one with the other. I'll do another Mishnah.
What source is this you're looking at?
This is Professor Yehuda Felix. So he's into plants in the Middle East, ancient Middle East.
How many farms does he have?
He has a few. I don't know. This is the only one of his that I have. Is his pictures on Zerayim. And then Mishnah Beis, the second Mishnah, is Hakishus v'hamilfoin, which in modern Hebrew are both translated as cucumbers. Problem is cucumbers seem to be native to North America, so they're going to have to be some other type of melon. Again, in kilayim zeh bezeh, so these pair again. There's two melons or gourds of some sort are similar enough that they're not considered kilayim if you grow them together. Rabbi Yehuda Eimer kilayim. Rabbi Yehuda says no, they're too far apart. They would be kilayim. Chazeres is lettuce. The chazeres galim, literally the lettuce that grows in dumps. So the weed version of lettuce that grows out in the wild, and ulshin, which are maybe chicory or endives, the ulshe sada, and the wild ones, krishim, leeks, v'krishe sada, and the wild leeks. Kuzbor is usually translated as coriander, v'kuzbor sada, and the wild coriander, or chardal or mustard, v'chardal mitzri, and the Egyptian mustard, v'dalas ha-mitzri, and the Egyptian gourds, v'haremutza, and the ones that need to be roasted in coals, v'pula mitzri, and the Egyptian beans, v'hachayrov, and the carob beans. So again, all these pairs are in kilayim zeh b'zeh. They're not kilayim one with the other, and we'll have a few more of these tomorrow.